This one right here is the Hellbanians, kings of UK coke. But we know what they're about. We know their little background story. We're building a profile on them, and so far, it's not looking good. It's looking very dangerous. You get me? So you guys said I need to watch this one right here. Let's see what.
You could have done what I'd done, but you ain't know what I'm on. In the track trying to double it up.
Yo, my people, welcome to Vibes TV. Back again to another reaction video. Hey, Albanians, kings of UK coke. I don't even have to say, is it true? Is it a lie? Are they making stuff up? Because this guy right here, I reckon, this reporter right here, he's the one that made the deadly war in Camden. I reacted to that, and most of the things that he was saying was spot on accurate. So he knows his stuff and what he's talking about. So I won't say this video is
What's up guys, it's Kid Nerd here back with another video, and today we're talking about the Hellbanians and how they've took over the coke game in London. The UK actually consumes the most cocaine in the whole of Europe. In fact, they consume the second most in the world, just behind America.
What? In the world? I thought like you got off in the world? Just behind America? I thought places like Russia and all those stuff, and you get me, the UK, I'll never think that shit. What the hell? Fucking chefing it up, cuz.
So the UK actually consumes the most cocaine in the whole of Europe. In fact, they consume the second most in the world, just behind America. 1 in 5 16 to 24-year-olds have actually taken cocaine in the last year in the UK. So as you can guess, there's a lot of money to be made in the coke game. £5 billion a year to be exact. And at the moment, Albanians are completely controlling the coke game. In
5 billion a year. So let me ask you a lot of questions. Yeah, if you're in the coke game, right, and you make 5 billion, why do you want, and you're free, right, and everything, you're calm, you haven't go to prison, no one died, all of this stuff, why do you want to go and risk it again for 5 more billion? Bro, you know how much 5 billion is? I don't know, I don't get the logic from
in the coke game. £5 billion a year to be exact. And at the moment, Albanians are completely controlling the coke game in the UK. And the way they've done it is very smart. So Albanians first started to come into the UK in the late 90s. This was during the Kosovo War. Kosovans were able to seek asylum in the UK to flee the war, which actually resulted in hella Albanians saying, yeah, I'm Kosovan, allowing them to move to the UK. And naturally, just like any other nationality which is part
if you know that meme right there. You know what I mean right there, bro, because of what he's saying. Yeah. He's saying that they want to come to the UK to live for this and that because of this. But the meme that said, don't believe me, I'm a true liar. Like, you get it? Oh, that's funny as fuck, fam.
Kosovans were able to seek asylum in the UK to flee the war, which actually resulted in hella Albanians saying, yeah, I'm Kosovan, allowing them to move to the UK. And naturally, just like any other nationality which is part of the UK, some were looking to make big money in the new country. The eyes were first set on the sex trade. Now, Soho is the centre of the London sex trade, and the Maltese Mafia have been running the sex work brothels for a long time. The Albanians started to be security for these Maltese-run brothels, but just like what Albanians have done for everything else, they soon took over, simply by just using violence, forcing the brothel owners to sell their businesses over to them. I know some people say violence isn't the answer, but Albanians have shown us it kinda is. So now they took over the brothels, they needed workers. So these guys will go over to small villages in Moldova and promise girls of opportunities of being a model, but instead send them into the UK and trap them in brothels, which is quite sickening, but this is the reality of UK run brothels. If you've been to a UK run brothel, there's a high chance that they're probably forced to be there, whether their bosses have put them in debt, or they could literally just be forced to do it. Early Albanians also used to take the heads of parking meters and take all the coins left in there, which actually...
You ever been to a brothel? Yeah, I know you. You little day, yes. I know you've been to a brothel, bro. I've been to a brothel, I love all of that. Don't do that, bro.
High chance that they're probably forced to be there, whether their bosses have put them in debt, or they could literally just be forced to do it. Early Albanians also used to take the heads of parking meters and take all the coins left in there, which actually bagged them a lot of money. And when thinking about it, it's kind of crazy that people weren't exploiting that beforehand. They even fought against Jamaican and Chinese marijuana gangs and managed to take over some of that market in the early 2000s. Then their eyes set on cocaine. Now previously, how the cocaine market used to work in the UK was that international importers would work separately to the wholesalers and the street dealers. Also, the price of cocaine would vary on how pure it was. If it was...
I've seen this guy guy a lot, yeah. In a lot of type of videos, stuff like that. With the Hellbanians and stuff like that. Is he a good rapper? I think is it AGA? What's his name, man? I might react to him, you know. I want to see what he's about still.
More pure, it will cost more pretty much. The Albanians literally just ditched that whole way of working and started to work directly with Colombian cartels who produced the cocaine. They would then import it into the UK and keep the cocaine in-house to their own gangs. So the Albanians were bringing in cocaine for around £4,000 to £5,000 a kilo, while other people were buying it off Dutch wholesalers for around £22,000 a kilo, while also increasing its purity. So the Albanians cut the price of cocaine massively, while also increasing its purity. Their first problem though was smuggling it into the UK. Now the Italian Mafia controls some of Europe's largest port.
Even though what he's talking about is not something very educative, yeah, or something you want to educate yourself on, depends on what you're doing, yeah. But when you think about it, they're pretty smart when it comes to this type of shit, bro. It's all...
Other people were buying it off Dutch wholesalers for around £22,000 a kilo, while also increasing its purity. So the Albanians cut the price of cocaine massively, while also increasing its purity. Their first problem though was smuggling it into the UK. Now the Italian Mafia controls some of Europe's largest port, and luckily Albanians had a good relationship with Italians, with some of them being hitmen for Italian mafias. And Italy actually even used to control Albania at one time. So the Italian and Albanian mafias started to build a tight alliance, and together they would smuggle cocaine through Colombia to Rotterdam in the Netherlands and Antwerp in Belgium, which would then route into Essex or Hull in the UK. They could do this because they have a lot of port workers on their payroll who would turn a blind eye to suspicious shipments. But this practice is very tricky, and there's seen quite a few people in jail, like Clodgen Klopper, who ran a £60 million cocaine import syndicate. He was jailed in 2017 after his courier was intercepted in Kent, which just goes to show how risky it is importing this in. But one thing Albanians have been very good at is their relationship building. So far,
that's how much the line... Did he say 67, bro? Jeez. Okay, making
they have a lot of port workers on their payroll who would turn a blind eye to suspicious shipments. But this practice is very tricky, and there's seen quite a few people in jail, like Clodgen Klopper, who ran a £60 million cocaine import syndicate. He was jailed in 2017 after his courier was intercepted in Kent, which just goes to show how risky it is importing this in. But one thing Albanians have been very good at is their relationship building. So far, they've managed to avoid any big tit-for-tat wars against any other gangs. Maybe because they're so nice and polite, or maybe it's because everyone is just scared of them. I'll probably go with the latter, but it's been key for their survival.
Which one is it, bro? You think they're too nice? Or is everyone just like, you know what, bro, I'm not even involved, you know? Like, you man are good still. I ain't even trying to beef you lot like that. I'm just trying to make money. Which one do you think it is? I think it's the second one,
Albanians to build alliances with all gangs over the UK who sell their products in their streets. Literally the only area in the UK which isn't dealing Albanian coke is Liverpool in the north of England, which is actually one of the biggest markets for cocaine consumption. But the criminal gangs in Liverpool have a lot of resilience to outsiders. They've managed to keep Albanians out of the city's drug trade, with the Albanian Mafia pretty much saying it's more trouble than it's worth. But I don't think they're losing much sleep over this, with them controlling pretty much everywhere else in the UK. And they probably aren't going anywhere anytime soon, with a very sophisticated and professional and loyal way of working, which has much to do with the Albanian code of Besa. This means to keep a promise, and the Albanian Mafia take this very serious, and it will be very rare for a member to sell out his own gang. Then came the younger generation of these Albanians. I'm talking the Hellbanians, who began the trend of making flashy videos and waving money around. They control a block in East London called Gascoigne Estate. You might have seen them in a couple music videos like Hood Life, which is on around 15 million views right now. These guys are pretty much the retail game of the Albanian Mafia. The Mafia imports the drugs and sells it to Hellbanians for cheap, which allows them to control the London street game of cocaine. But their flashy and loud style has put more light on their activities than they were like. In cases like Tristan Salini, he was found with a suitcase of cocaine and a machine pistol after a high-speed chase, and put the gang under some serious obble. Now they searched his property after and found £6 million worth of drugs. Now I'm no drug supplier, but I'm pretty sure having £6 million of drugs in one place has to be a bit silly. Stuff like this.
Yeah, man, like, I know getting the money and that is all good and that, yeah, and it's a good life and stuff like that, but when you're doing certain things like that, you have to keep it on a low, like, you have to keep it on a low-key thing, because they're watching, you know. They're watching, bro. Like, come on, they're watching.
I'm no drug supplier, but I'm pretty sure having £6 million of drugs in one place has to be a bit silly. Stuff like this makes it understandable why Albanians are the second biggest foreign nationality in the UK prisons. And the Albanian Mafia actually doesn't like this type of stuff. Firstly, it goes against Albanian culture with their flashiness and disses to police, and it just makes their whole operation more hot. Also, in 2019, some of their main gang members were caught raiding a rival drug factory with a gun and machetes and started raiding the crop house. One of these being Azen Dedici, who you might have seen on Instagram driving a gold Mercedes with the number plate Hellboys. He actually nearly got away. The police tasered him, but he managed to pull out the wires and run, but obviously got caught after. Others were also there, but they actually managed to flee. The Hellbanians gained intelligence beforehand that the factory was full of crops, which would have been worth thousands. They cut down the cannabis crops and put them in black bin bags, but didn't manage to flee off with it after. And this is something a lot of
Oi, these man's moving ruthless on
gangs in the
here,
UK
bro.
do. They'll normally get a tip off that someone's growing cannabis at an address. Then they will raid the factory, normally at night, and cut the cannabis and pretty much sell it off for free profit. In the UK, most of these cannabis farms are run by Chinese gangs. And it's literally like taking candy from the baby. Like, there's not really much these farmers could do apart from accept that they're being jacked. A famous example of this was Morrison's brother, called Stephen Morrison. He and others were caught raiding a cannabis farm worth £2.5 million, which left one of their workers dead. That 2.5 million worth of cannabis, that is a lot. And I really hope that isn't all Stardog as well. Because guys, in all seriousness, we need to start pushing the petition to stop growing Stardog. So I want everyone to drop a hashtag #StopStardog2021 and eventually stop the killing of my people as well. And Hellbanians aren't the only Albanian street gang in London. There are other gangs like OTR in South East London and a few more throughout the city.
Oi, this is very good, you know. This is a good video, bro. Like, yeah, I'm learning a lot.
Albanian gang members were actually involved in the largest cash robbery in UK history. It was the 22nd of February 2006, and 6 armed men robbed a security depot in Kent and stole over £53 million, which is even crazier because there was over 100 million more to steal, and they couldn't even hold all the money in.
Bro, all of these fucking... Bro... All of these memes are fucking killing.
Cash robbery in UK history. It was the 22nd of February 2006, and 6 armed men robbed a security depot in Kent and stole over £53 million, which is even crazier because there was over 100 million more to steal, and they couldn't even hold all the money in. Other Albanian gangs were also involved in arms distribution and contract killings, where they charged anywhere in the region of £15,000 to £100,000. Now,
yeah, so you guys are saying it wasn't the Hellbanians and this was the OTR, but a lot of people is convinced it's the Hellbanians though. So which one, bro? And where's the real story at?
over £53 million, which is even crazier because there was over 100 million more to steal, and they couldn't even hold all the money in. Other Albanian gangs were also involved in arms distribution and contract killings, where they charged anywhere in the region of £15,000 to £100,000. Now, as I said before, Hellbanians have drawn a lot of attention towards themselves. These guys are literally posting themselves with machine guns and cocaine, and are rolling around in Lambos and Rolls Royces. This is because they want to encourage more Albanians to move to the UK and join them. By posting about this so-called lavish lifestyle they live, more and more people want to get involved. And this isn't really that hard to do because a lot of areas in Albania are very poor. Youth unemployment is very high in the country, so it's understandable why a lot of youths want to be involved so badly. In 2010, Albanians actually won the right to travel through certain countries in Europe without a visa. These are called area.
It's true, bro. Like, when you're coming from a background and a lifestyle that you see most of the things of poverty and sufferation and all that stuff, it's very easy to caught up in this type of lifestyle, bro. It's easy. When you see stuff like that, you're like, hey, I ain't finna live all that life. I'm living this life, brother. I want all of this stuff, but everything come with a price and a cost.
Allows Albanians to travel to the Netherlands, where the Albanian and Italian Mafia control illegal activities in the port. So from the Netherlands, Albanian gangs will then smuggle Albanians to the UK, which does give a reason to their flashy lifestyle. But guys, don't be fooled by what you see from these rappers. Trapping is not glamorous at all. There's nothing flashy about sleeping in dirty bandals and nitties, and stuffing crack up your bum while running from the police to dodge a PX charge. And quite a lot of these Albanians are doing quite hefty jail sentences right now. Like Tristan Saloni, who I mentioned earlier, who's doing 25 years. Like, I don't think people really deep how long 25 years is. That's really 1/3 of your life stuck in a box. I'd say fair enough, if there's no consequences, then go make your quick money. But there are consequences, so just be smart about what you do. One of the biggest mistakes you could do is be fooled by someone's flexing. From time I'm seeing people spend their last £1,000 on designer clothes, I just knew the world was lost. I'm talking about them real Instagram drip or drowners. You seem to own every named brand, but start to scratch the head when their mum can't pay the rent. Obviously, gangs like Hellbanians do make a lot of money. I'm not disputing that at all, but the money they make is incomparable to the heads of mafias and the importers. But you'll rarely catch a mafia boss in a pair of Dior's. Obviously, it's everyone's choice what they want to do with their money, but I just feel like social media and personalities have just made silly expectations for people. That you need to have a foreign car at this age, or that you need to own a Rolex just to show that you're really making money. Like, everyone, please just do your own thing. Wear what you want to wear, drive what you want to drive. No one's watching you like that. Everyone's just busy in their own mind.
True, bro. You know what it is? If you're people, they say, they have this saying, yeah, if you make people that actually do have money and make money, you will never know unless they tell you. But people that act like they're making a lot of money, you know they're not making a lot because they're doing too much. They're trying to do too much to try and tell you they have money, but really and truly, How much is a lot of money? You don't have money compared to people who do have money, but you will never know they have money like that because it's just the way they are, the way they act. Maybe in a dirty ass tracksuit with a bust down shoes, you'll never know that man's a billionaire, bro. Like, that's literally how it is.
Guys, I think that wraps up today's video. If you enjoyed, as always, drop a like. I think I'm going to do my next video on Marley Strip, the East London Marley. Or I might go old school a bit and maybe talk about the craze, who knows. Also, guys, don't forget about the competition. Follow my Insta, I'm going to put it on the screen again. And yeah, drop me a follow and you can win a £50 Amazon gift.
I might say follow my Insta and he just blocked out everything. Like, what? What is his Insta? But yeah, I'm gonna stop it right there, man. This is a very educated background. Get me research on the Hellbanians and the Albanians and just life in Albanian, all of this stuff in general. You get me? Thank you everyone for shouting out this one. If you like videos like this, just slap up the like button, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. You get me? Spin your boy, spin your homie. Peace.